Hello pilots and ground crew. This is a long video. Right, so what I've done is I've put the times, there you go, I put the times up of each individual part so you can jump to it if you want. Right, or you can sit back and watch the full video, it's up to you. But because it's a long video, I know some people will only be interested in certain parts of it. So there you go, there's the times where you can jump to it. Okay then, let's get back to the video. Right then, first of all, I'm not very well. Alright, so if I cough a bit, I apologise. Okay, right, I've been asked, right, I got left a comment by home drone. There you go. He's a newer pilot and he was having trouble. He couldn't do any, he couldn't get his quad, there you go, he couldn't get his quad to flip over. Right? All it would do when he was hitting his sticks is drift or crash basically. And he also mentioned in the video, he also mentioned in the comment he left me that he couldn't get his head around acro, angle, horizon and air mode. Right, so I told him I'd do a video because I know for a fact there's a lot of new pilots out there and Betaflight can be a bit daunting. I've already done different videos to do with Betaflight, so this is not a complete setup of Betaflight, right? I'll leave links in the descriptions of other videos I've done, right? But there's plenty out there. Suggest you look up, as most people say nowadays, Joshua Bardwell. He's done a lot of videos on setting up Betaflight and stuff. There's a lot of videos out there on all the different configurations. What I want to do in this video, and yes, it's a long one as I said. Sorry, told you, not very well. Yeah. What I want to do in this video is first of all talk about what the different modes are. Not all of them, just the four I've mentioned, right? And show two lots of settings. The first lot of settings I'm going to show, we'll do that on the computer, is for an absolute beginner, right? The best way to have your quad set up in your modes and your rates, right? Because a lot of people, well, I can't say make a mistake because there's no such thing as, yeah, I used angle mode, that's a mistake, I used horizon mode, that's a mistake. You know, it's not a mistake, it can be a hindrance. There you go, it can be a hindrance for future flights. That's a better word, hindrance. Not bad for an old man who's not very well. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to do that, and then the next part, right, will be a setup for basically what the guy asked for, right, so that he'll be able to flip and roll his quad, right. So that's what I want to do in the video, and it will drag on a bit, but you can jump to whatever part you're more interested in, or sit back with a coffee, put your feet up and watch the entire video. You never know, you just might enjoy it. Okay then, let me just put it, well no, I'll keep this to talk about it. Right, the modes. The first thing I'm going to say is, air mode is not a flight mode. A lot of people get mixed up with that. They say, oh, I fly in air mode, right, which, yeah, you can be using air mode, but air mode is not an actual flight mode, like angle mode, acro, horizon, they are flight modes. Even though horizon, I mean, don't go near it, right? It will screw you up, right? It's a blading nightmare. I'll still talk you through it in case you want to use it, right? Because my word is not God, right? But it shouldn't be on there, right? I wish I had millions of subscribers, right? So I could say to Betaflight, please take it off. Right, it causes more problems, more harm than good. Right, but we'll still talk you through it and tell you what it is. Right, we'll start off though right, angle mode, right, which a lot of people call it beginner mode and stuff like that, right. Don't use it, right, but I'll tell you what it is. It's a bit strange, this one, but angle mode. You've got your quad set up in angle mode, right, on Betaflight. It keeps your quad balanced, basically. If you whack your stick to the left, it'll go, but it'll straighten it up. If you whack your stick forward, if you pitch forward, it'll whoop, and then straighten it up. It will not let your quad flip over. So if you're trying to flip your quad and you've got it on angle mode, it never will. So maybe, you see, like I say, I was going by a comment from Home John and what he'd left me. So sometimes I may have got the wrong end of the stick, but I think I've got a gist of what he meant. But I don't think he's in angle mode, right? But if you are, mate, get out of it. Yeah, so angle mode keeps your quad dead level almost all the time. You can fly around, but you won't get any real speed because you can't get up there. The second you do, if you take the tiniest bit of pressure off your stick, you're back again. So that's angle mode, basically. Now horizon mode kind of mixes acro and angle. It keeps your quad dead level, but it keeps your quad dead level, right? But if you move your stick all the way over, it will, I'll put that down again, props. If you move your stick all the way over, it will roll, but then it'll try and straighten itself up again. Right? So if you're trying to do a smooth roll, right, it's gonna try and straighten itself up. Or if you're trying to do, I don't know, swoop, that's it. Good, I like that word, swoop. If you're trying to swoop round an object, right, as you swoop round, horizon mode will try and straighten it up again. It really does screw you up, right? So stay away from horizon mode, don't even look at it, right? It's covered in germs, don't go near it, you'll get ill. Right, acro mode. You will not see a switch for acro mode. That's where also a lot of people, I've actually had loads and loads of questions. Where's the acro mode switch? How do I set up acro? Or some people call it 3D or trick mode or whatever you want, but you won't find a switch for acro, right? If you've got angle turned off, you're in acro mode. Now you can set up angle on a 3 position, I'm not picking here, but you can set up angle, right, on a 3 position switch. That's a 2, that's a 3. On a 3 position switch, so you're in angle mode in position switch 1, but if you switch to 2 or 3, then you're into acro because you come out of angle mode. But just basically, to get into acro, right, cancel angle mode, right, and then you're in your 3D, completely loose, quad will do everything you need it to do. But they're in an actual tab you tick to get into acro, where a lot of people have spent a lot of time looking through Betaflight trying to find acro when it's like an automatic setting. When you first update your firmware and you go to your modes tab and it's completely blank, it's in acro. Alright, it's already set up on acro. Okay, so yeah, we covered all 3 now. 4, oh yeah, no we haven't. Air mode. What air mode actually does, it's not it won't balance your quad, right? It won't stop you from flipping or rolling. It won't keep it level, it doesn't do none of that. The only thing air mode does is keep your prop spinning. That's the only thing it does. It don't do anything else, it just keeps your props spinning. So at a lower rate. So if you imagine you're going up, right, and you're going to a roll the first thing you do is drop your throttle stick. This is mode 2. Right, you drop your throttle stick, right, you do your roll, you come out and you increase your throttle again. However, I'm up and down here, you keep seeing my ball dead, don't you, today? However, right, in aim, if you do it simply, your props are spinning, you're doing a roll, you cut your throttle, your props stop. Right, so poof, it's just dropping like a brick now because the props aren't spinning anymore. Right, so you've got to there, shall we say, you've cut your throttle as you should when you're doing a roll, a flip or anything, always drop your throttle, right, but nothing's happening, so it just drops like a brick. Whereas air mode keeps your props spinning, so as you're going up your props are still spinning, still spinning, still spinning, so it's keeping everything flowing smooth and nice. And that's what air mode is. It basically keeps your props spinning, that's all it is. It doesn't level anything out, it doesn't help in any other way, whatever, it just keeps your props spinning. Okay then, right, that's covered that question, what they actually do. Now let's go over to the computer and take a look at what I class. A lot of people will disagree with me, right, which is fine, right. Horses and courses, as they say, and stuff like that, but this is what I suggest for new pilots, the settings, they have them, what the modes should be set at for a new pilot, and then into the PIDs, what the rates should be set at. Now the rates, I have done videos on it before, but I'll go through it really quick. The super rates, which is what we're going to be dealing with, actually lets your quad know how fast you want it to spin. If your super rates are really high, the slightest touch on your sticks, right, as you go to do a roll, you know what I mean, as you go to do a roll, it won't roll like that. Let's say your super rates, just for argument's sake, are at, I don't know, 85. You'll see on the screen, but let's say 85. As you go to hit your stick to flip, your quad will flip fast, right? Now if your super rates are low, your quad will still roll, right? But it'll be a lot slower, a lot smoother, a lot sluggisher, which is ideal, keeping them low for new pilots. But that's what super rates do. You want your quad to move fast, bump them up. If you want your quad to, if your quad's flipping too fast for you and you can't control it because you're not used to it moving so fast, lower your super rates. But anyhow, let's go to the computer and I'll show you the best setup, in my opinion, for a brand new pilot, never flown, a brand new pilot to get used to flying. Okay, so these are the modes and the super rate settings. I would say roll VT, but let's roll PC.
Okay then, pilots, yeah, absolute beginner, right, this is what your settings I recommend you do for an absolute beginner, right, which may shock a few people. You will want an arm switch set up, right, whichever switch you want to do, all depends on your transmitter. Plenty of other videos out there about how to select your arm switches and stuff like that, and how to actually select. But once you've got your transmitter set up, you simply come to this page, your modes page, right, click, for argument's sake we'll just do it here on angle, click add range, and where it says auto, leave it on auto and just flick the switch you want to use for whatever function you're using. In this case it would be your arming mode. Right, yeah, do not touch angle, do not touch horizon, and horizon should be gone. It's pathetic, as I've already said. But yeah, you want it set up like this. You just want an arming mode, right, and if you go down a bit, stick a beeper on, a buzzer. Right, so that's your modes, nothing else, just them two, arming and beeper. Like I say, this is an absolute beginner, right, never flown before. Right, now move over to your PIDs, your PIDs. This is running a bit slow, sorry, it's because of the screen recorder, you see. It's just bear with it, here we go. Right, now I'm not going to tell you how to adjust your PIDs, that's a different video altogether. Plus, never copy somebody else's PIDs, which I've said a million times before. But here, super rates, you can copy anybody's super rates. But we're not dealing with that at the moment. This is for the first flight for an absolute beginner. Set these to 0.45 all down the board there. Right, make sure this is on profile 1 and rate profile 1, and set these super rates 0.45 all the way down the board. Right, click save, and that's it. That is absolutely everything you have to do with your modes and your PIDs for a brand new pilot. Right, forget your angle and a horizon and stuff. Right, if you want to learn to fly, do it this way. You'll be in acro or 3D or whatever you want to call it mode, right? But because you have lowered these super rates, it's not going to respond really fast and sharp and twitchy. Right? It's going to be smoother and slow and even sluggish to a point. Right? But if you have never flown before, keep off angle mode, keep off horizon mode, and do this. Go straight from acro and set your super rates to 0.45. Right, so there's your super rates set up. Right, showing you the modes, which is basically nothing, just your arming mode and a beeper. Don't touch this, don't touch this for a brand new, and don't touch anything else. Don't touch your air mode or anything. Alright, brand new pilot, there's your air mode, brand new pilot, never flown before. That's what you want to do for your first few flights.
Pilots, yeah, they're really good settings for a brand new pilot to try and get used to the feel of the quad. Now, after you've had a few flights, and for want of a better word, you can stay in the air, do a circle, do a figure eight, or out like that, go back to them super rates and increase them a little bit more by say 5%. Go from say 45, jump them up to 55, which is 10. That's at 5, but you can go up in 5, sorry, from 45 to 50, then 55. And you'll find the quad getting more and more manoeuvrable. Alright, but start off low, 45 till you get the feel of it, but keep away from angle, right, and keep away from horizon. I keep saying it, but it's really the best advice I can give. Okay then, moving on to you've been flying a while now, you're a bit more experienced, and getting back to the original question. Alright, you want to do from drone, home drone, yeah, sorry mate. Yeah, so you want to do flips and rolls, but you're having trouble. Now, the way he phrased it in the comment he left me, it sounded to me, right, because he'd said he wasn't sure about horizon and stuff, and acro and horizon, it sounds to me like he's in horizon mode, but not pushing his sticks all the way, so the quad's either crashing or self-leveling, and not actually doing a full roll. Alright, if I'm wrong, pal, leave us another comment, alright? Or post a video with the actual problem so I can see it better. But yeah, but I think that's what's happening. So first of all, we've already mentioned get out of horizon mode, right? So what I've done now is some really good settings, modes, and the super rates again. Some really good settings for a more, not advanced, but well, yeah, slightly more advanced from the beginning. You've done the beginner level and you're moving up a bit, and you want to learn how to fly a little bit better. Alright, so, and you want to get them flips and rolls in. So these are some good rates, some good settings, which will help really progress you. Right. Now I can't help with PIDs. Right. I believe I've already mentioned this. Right. I know I've mentioned it in other videos, because you should never ever copy somebody else's PIDs. I could give you my PIDs for one of my quads, right, and it'd knacker your quad up. It won't work. With Betaflight, 9 times out of 10, their stock PIDs are pretty damn good. So in a way, most people are copying everybody else's PIDs if they're using the stock PIDs. It's a bit of a contradiction, right? But adjusting PID settings, unless you're using an identical quad to somebody else, it's not a great idea to do, and that includes props, camera, everything. Alright, but I'll leave a link in the description, information about the PIDs, what they actually do, because a lot of people don't know what PIDs do. Well, I've already made a video on that, so I'll leave a link in the description to that video as well, what PIDs do. Alright, because the P, the I and the D all do different things. Alright, but in this video I won't be telling you to adjust the PIDs at all, for that very reason, because without actually seeing what your quad's doing, you could say, oh yeah, raise your PIDs, and it could be worse, lower your, you know what I mean? It's one of them tricky situations. But like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to what PIDs do, right, how they work, right, so you're able to figure out yourself, right, if you need to raise your P's, lower your D's, or whatever. Okay then, right, yeah, back to flips and rolls and getting some good settings. So back to the computer again, and this is for more advanced, right, as in you've been flying a little bit, like this guy, and just having trouble getting the flip and the roll. The quad won't flip and roll for some strange reason. Now I think it's because the way the comment was phrased, asking about horizon, I think you're stuck on horizon, maybe even angle, and I've already covered that. So like I said, if I'm wrong, leave another comment. Alright, but yeah, so let's go to the computer again and show you some, shall we say, better settings to do more with your quad.
Okay then pilots, you can do your figure eights and you're feeling more comfortable and you want to move on now and start flying a bit more acro, as in doing a few loops and rolls, which goes all the way back to my original question from Home Drone. And here we go then, back into your modes, right, almost identical. Right, still no angle, still no horizon, don't touch it. Right, obviously you've got your arming mode, right, that stays the same. Move down, you've got your beeper, that stays the same. But this time we have turned on air mode. Right, now I believe I already said at the beginning, where your air mode comes in, it helps, well it does keep your propeller spinning, but it helps in your rolls, your flips, when you're upside down and all things like that. You will have this set on a 3-position switch, which I've already mentioned. Right, down here would be position 1, where it would be off. Right, position 2 there and position 3 up here. Right, now the reason why you have an off, right, and not all the way across the board, right, because when you're landing, right, if you've got it in the off position, the second you kill your throttle, the propeller stops spinning. Right, some people bother with it, some people don't. I always leave a little bit, right, on a switch, so that when I kill my power, right, flick the switch so I know the props are going to stop spinning. Right, so that's the next bit you'll want set up for more advanced flying. You still don't need any of these, you can mess about with them in the future, but don't need them at the moment. Right, however, the rates have changed, the PIDs rates. So let's move over to the PIDs. Now remembering you've set up a 3-position switch, right, you're still at the moment profile 1, rate profile 1, right. Now we was at the 45, and after getting a bit of a feel for it you progressed to 55, so now bump that up to 65. Now in position 1, that will be your position 1 of your switch, where your air mode will not be active. So you're still able to fly, it's nice and smooth, nice and fast, but it's really, ideally I should say, not really, ideally great for landing because your props will not be spinning. However, you can still do a flip and roll there if you need to. We'll move over to profile rates 2. These are sort of like starter rates. You can adjust them yourself to the bigger the number here, the faster your quad will respond, the more flip it will give. I've done that in a previous video, so I'll leave links in the description to that because I'm not going to go into all that again. Right, in profile 2, as in position 2 on your switch, we've got 70, which means it's a lot faster than 65, which speaks for itself, which means your quad will react a lot quicker when it flips and rolls. More of a touch to the stick and it'll flip and roll a lot faster. Move over to number 3, position 3 on your remote control on your switch. Sorry, once again it's running a bit slow because I've got the screen recorder. Gonna have to go over to that OBS, but I've been having trouble with it. But that's another story. Right, position 3 is set at 85 across the board. Now that's very fast, especially if you're a new pilot. That is mentally fast, right? That's why you start off at the beginning mode, beginning settings. But the 85 is quite fast, right? You can bump this all the way up to whatever. You can go mental with this if you want, but these are good starter positions for you being a new pilot, but you're not a new pilot anymore now. Now you're getting more into flips and rolls and stuff like that, but you're still not a professional, right? And neither am I, before anyone thinks, oh, and you think you. And we're back. My video recorder stopped. That's the problem with the one I'm using. It only lasts for 5 minutes and then it cuts out. I say I'm going to have to go over to that OBS, but been having trouble with it. Yeah, so where was I? Position 3, 85. Right, that's really the highest rate setting you'll need until you get a lot of practicing. Right, in fact, that's probably too high. Right, you may be happier in position 2 at was it 70%? I believe it was. Super rate 70. Yes, you may be happier there because it will flip and roll quite fast at that setting. But you've got it on a 3-position switch, so it's simply a case of toggling it. And in 2 and 3, your air mode will be activated, so that'll be more helpful. Really, on number 1, it's for flying around quite smooth. Right, you're able to flip and roll if you want. Come on, screen recorder. You're able to flip and round as much as you want still in rate profile 1, but if you remember, we did set the air mode not to be activated when it's in position 1. Right, hopefully that's helped. Right, it's well, we won't run through it again, we'll just explain it back on the chair.
Ground crew, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped. I know it went on a bit, so well, no, I'm not going to apologise for it because I was trying to cover a lot of stuff. I was trying to make a lot of stuff clear, if you know what I mean. Waffling again. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video, and if there's any questions, right, please feel free, leave a comment, and like this guy did, and I made this video. But I know a few people do have trouble with situations like this, and like I said, looking for stuff, and so I've tried to make it as simple as I can, but at the same time give you as much information as I can, if you know what I mean. Okay then, thanks for watching. If you liked, please subscribe, And I would subscribe if I was you, because as soon as I hit that 500 subscriber mark, I'm doing a hell of a big giveaway. Check out some of my previous videos and you'll see I'm doing a big giveaway when I hit 500 subs. Okay then, pilots and ground crew, thanks for watching, and I know this is going to help one person, so if it helps anybody else, I'm happy. Cheers.